Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier and this is the Piracy Show. And we begin this story roughly about 20 to 25 minutes in. Now, I had gotten a mission to go and pick up, medicine for blind orphans on Yella. And so I had taken my Cutlass down and I figured, I'll pick up a little bit, for myself to also distribute to blind orphans, because that's just the kind of nice guy that I am. When another player who happened to be there was being crafty and thought, hey, you know what, I'll put my Hornet in stealth mode and then this Cutlass won't see me. And then when he goes into land, I'm going to position myself right behind him. And then once he gets out and his shields drop, I'm going to blow up his ship. Haha. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Hornet Pilot, though he did get his hits in, as you can see on the damage meter, did not fare so well. And I simply landed my ship, turned the engines off, and then turned them back on. And as soon as he started shooting, I started shooting back, and I didn't earn any crime stat rating, but I did kill him. Now, because of this, and because he was already flagged as a criminal, I ended up getting access to bounty missions, which I thought was kind of odd because, I'd never really done these. In the original 3.0, combat was kind of a mixed bag. It didn't really interest me. I never really pursued it. But here I am beginning upon that career because I said, 310 to go shoot down somebody? Let's collect the money and let's see. I mean, in the end, it's kind of like a know your enemy type thing. And so why not walk a mile in their shoes and see what it's like? And it actually ended up being a pretty big eye-opener. Now, realistically, the missions are simply collect 310 credits for making things go boom, specifically these NPC pirates. And when you factor in doing other missions, going to the destination, flying down through the atmosphere, picking whatever up, then taking it to the other place, flying down through that atmosphere, going through the whole landing procedure, picking up the package, dropping it off, that kind of gameplay, obviously, it eats away at the soul in a big way. And, when I started doing this, I was actually surprised at how quickly it went along. And another thing that I had made a joke about this a couple of years ago when I referred to the Cutlass as the poor man's Super Hornet. It really is. I mean, obviously there's a bit of a maneuverability difference, and obviously the Cutlass is a bigger target, but I mean, honestly, the Cutlass shreds shit. I mean, the Cutlass will get that ass. Now, of course, being the first time that I did this, I got out as close to the wreck as I could, and I examined the wreck because I was like, oh man, what if it's like when a pirate Cutlass attacks you and all of a sudden all these crates drop out because, it's so much easier to get in and out of spaceships, which, by the way, once again, CIG, 2 big thumbs up on that one, because getting in and out of ships in 0G used to be an absolute nightmare, and it has actually gotten a crap ton better. And so I got out and I was like, oh man, what if there's some crates with some loot? Let's check this out. But with the game kind of being in the state that it is, and obviously there's a lot of problems, a lot of little issues, but which are, of course, to be expected at this stage in development. This was actually probably something that was more compatible with the current state of the game. Now, when I saw this Joker Sucker Punch, I was like, oh, tell me I can take that. Please tell me I can take this gun away, but unfortunately, no. I really wish that I could, but no. And the Avenger wreckage, clearly, still some work to be done on that front. But, this was actually fun. I actually spent a couple of hours doing these missions, and it was honestly the most fun I had had in Star Citizen in a long time. you know, being a pirate, you don't really think of these things. You don't go, oh, well, let's try being a bounty hunter. But it kind of made me think of a few things and kind of roll a few different ideas around in my head. And no, I'm not going out and purchasing a Cutlass Blue tomorrow and, you know, giving up the life. No. But trust me, if you own a Cutlass Blue and you're going to be going out bounty hunting, you're going to love it, because the Cutlass Blue is obviously combat-wise a step up from the Cutlass Black. And, I mean, you're going to be making that money with this ship. Obviously, with the Hawk is probably also going to be a huge breadwinner, because with the current system, I found that I was very quickly able to make a lot of credits in the game, and I was having so much fun doing it. Now, if you're looking to get into this, I do not know, but I think what triggered it was killing the player who had been flagged as a pirate who attacked me. Perhaps attacking an NPC pirate and destroying them will also trigger these missions, but I'm not sure. I tried the 541 UEC missions, but unfortunately nothing ever spawned, or no location markers ever spawned, but all the 310 ones seem to work. And I actually, I actually had a lot of fun. I was sitting there thinking, oh man, you know what would be really cool is if pirates had the equivalent. Like, go take out this lawman, go take out that lawman, go take out this militia ship, go take out that militia ship, or this UEE Navy patrol, or a Crusader security ship, or something like that. If there was kind of like an equivalent for pirates, that would be really cool. And I think that would honestly be something that that really kind of drove up interest in the game, because, you know, for so long in 3.0, the combat was, well, you know how it was. It was not great. And 3.1, especially with the myriad of fixes that we've gotten along the way, once again, CIG, big thumbs up for that as well. It has actually gotten a lot better. There are still some issues with where your pipper appears versus where your shots actually go. There still seems to be a slight amount of discontinuity there between what hits and what doesn't. But, you know, once again, certain ships are a little bit more difficult to hit, the Gladius, for example. So I think it's entirely forgivable. And I think if you actually get into the game and just try this out, you'll actually find that you're having a lot of fun, no matter which side of the fence you happen to be on. It's actually a decent way to earn credits and to really have fun playing Star Citizen. One of the big things that has really kind of dragged Star Citizen down to a certain degree has been the reliability since 3.0 and etc. has come out. All the patches we've had since. The idea in players' minds that at any moment I can just crash out of the game. At any moment I can just be disconnected from the server, and whatever I'm doing, my ship that I was doing it in, all of that can just be wiped out just like that. And that doesn't make for a fun experience. Now, these things are understandable at the current state of development, but it doesn't change the fact that it is really not fun to be in the middle of a cargo run or in the middle of a mission, especially where you got to fly all the way down to the surface of a planet, fly all the way back up, and then you get disconnected, boom, you lose your shit. You've spent so much time, you know, trying to complete this mission. You get to Levski, and all of a sudden you're locked in an elevator and you can't get out, and you're like, this is stupid. Why am I doing this to myself when I could go play this game or that game and then just enjoy myself? But with this, because of the kind of in and out of these missions, which is go in, blow the thing up, get out, it was really, you're really only there for a moment to kind of get this reward. You got to fly there, kill the guy, and then get out. That's it. And it made it enjoyable. The rewards were reasonable, and the money very quickly added up. Like, the missions for me just kept on popping, so I just kept hitting them. And I experimented with different platforms. I experimented with the Buccaneer, which was a pretty okay ship to do it in. And then I used the Super Hornet, and the Super Hornet shredded these missions. When I monoboated that thing with repeaters and just went around, I was destroying these missions. And even though it's not the career that I want to play in the game, clearly, I found myself for the first time in a really long time truly enjoying playing the game that I had backed. And I actually got, hours of consecutive gameplay out of this, and I had a lot of fun. More fun than I even had playing the BFA beta that I'd gotten access to, which I haven't been playing, but I've still been playing this. This was a lot of fun. It's not what I would want to do in the Star Citizen universe as a career, but I enjoyed it. And that was, I think, perhaps the most important part, was that for the first time in a long time, I really solidly enjoyed playing Star Citizen rather than just kind of going out, gathering up footage to comment on different things. And finally, I'd like to make a request because of this video. Obviously, spawning in NPC pirates that, players can attack and then giving them a bounty reward is a cool thing. It's an interesting thing. It's a great way to play the game, obviously. I would like to see the same thing done from the pirate side. I'd like to see, whatever haulers we have, be it starfarers or freelancers, give pirates missions like this, where they can kind of go in and blow up a starfarer. Maybe you don't want to make it something where they can haul away all the cargo because the income might get out of control, but maybe the Nova Riders or whoever is sponsoring these missions, like, hey, go shoot down that Connie, go shoot down that NPC starfarer, whatever, and if you do, we will pay you X amount of bounty because we're going to go in and collect the rewards as kind of an interim mission until the game really fleshes out. Since it's obviously possible to just spawn in NPCs and pay out a reward for it, there should be a pirate equivalent to this system, I think. And since obviously all the groundwork is there, I don't see why there isn't. Anyways, that's the show for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in the Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.